We have a brand new video that just came in over the weekend, and it shows that the complete and total fabrication and lie about Renee Good, the woman who was a, quote, warrior, who was radicalized as a leftist, in fact, was not afraid, was not fleeing. She was stalking and chasing ICE around and obfuscating them all day. This was what she was doing. I want to make it clear, though, the decedent, Miss Renee Good, was, in my very strong opinion, she was radicalized. She was radicalized by her wife, who afterwards said, I did this, I made her do it, it's my fault, I made her come down here. And she was the one who commanded, drive, baby, drive, which we heard in the video that came out on Friday. Drive, baby, drive. She told her that. So I want to play several things for you. The new video that came out, but remember this again. The wife that is the surviving spouse was in charge. The Renee Good, Miss Renee Good, was literally a beautiful housewife in her own ex-husband's words, her surviving husband. Her last husband just passed away from cancer. I believe that left her vulnerable to radicalization. But her first husband said she was never an activist. She was a housewife. And the pictures you see of her beautiful flowing hair, gorgeous woman, was turned into a bald, radical leftist, I believe at a vulnerable time in her life, by giving her children up for this radicalism, bringing her child to her 6-year-old child to what I would call a madrasa. It's like the radical leftist version of a madrasa in Minneapolis. And she spent her days hunting down ICE and being part of ICE Watch, where they told her to put her hands on ICE and how to grab them, the people being arrested out of ICE, how to block them with their cars, all sorts of things. And she died because she was radicalized and then chose to follow her radical, hardcore leftist wife, who ended up, in her own words, it's my fault. I brought her down here. It's my fault. She's right. It is her fault. And I'm not trying to be mean and nasty, but that's absolutely correct. So the lie you'll hear in a moment from Jacob Fry and from Ilhan Omar is that she was afraid, she was trying to leave. It's totally, completely shot to pieces when you see this 3-minute video. This is from inside of a house. You hear the dog growling. It's a neighbor where this all happened. This is a 3-minute video, and in the car you're going to see, and I'll pause it in a moment, you'll see Renee Good. ICE is doing a targeted enforcement operation here, and you're going to see Renee Good honking her horn. She's dancing. She's the one honking her horn the whole time now. She's dancing around, honking to a rhythm as she dances. She's not afraid. She's obfuscating. That's her honking her horn. The camera's going to pan over in a minute over to Renee Good. This is the 3 minutes before she was killed, before she accelerated her car into an ICE officer getting shot and killed. We'll pause it. There's Renee Good right there. Now, as you can see, there she is sitting in the car. You're going to see her honking and dancing for a second or two. She is there for 3 minutes before she's shot and killed. She was not afraid. She was not turning a 5-point turn, as Jacob Fry will say. And if you shoot her for killing her for doing a 3-point or 5-point turn, it's just, you might as well kill my wife too, he says. You'll hear that in a second. But there she is for 3 minutes solid. In a moment, you'll see her jumping up and down and dancing as she rhythmically honks her horn as if she's having a dance party in her car. There she is. See her swaying left and right. Swaying left and right. She's having a blast. She's having a blast, blocking ICE, obfuscating ICE. She's pleasing her radical leftist wife, who's in charge, has the pants of the family, who ended up saying, I got my wife killed. And there it is, back and forth, and it goes on, and I'll jump it a little bit. This is 3 minutes long. She's sitting there. There she is again. She ain't afraid. No, it's another ICE officer, I believe. She's not afraid. She's honking her horn, having a jolly time, causing a scene. I'll jump up a little bit more. I'm jumping a little bit more in the audio, in the video, excuse me. We're about 2 minutes, 15 seconds into the 3-minute and 38-second video. So here they are coming up. She's been sitting there the whole time, as you can see. I'm going to pause it. There she is again, Miss Good, right there. I'll bring it back a little bit. There she is right there, still blocking, obfuscating, honking, and trying to stop ICE. Not afraid, not doing a 3-point turn, 5-point turn. We're about 3 minutes into the video. Got 38 seconds left here, roughly. Here's where they try to come through right before the shooting happens. She's honking her horn, blocking eyes. She's waving certain cars through as if she's in charge. She's not. This is not a woman in fear, as you know. This is a woman who, there she is, blocking. ICE is now approaching. The vehicle is now being approached, and this is the cop on the right. I'm going to pause right there. The cop on the right there, right by the vehicle, there's somebody standing up. Then to the right is the cop who is videoing, who will end up shooting and killing her because she lunges at him with her 2,000, 3,000-pound vehicle, hitting him in the right, I shouldn't say the right, the driver's side headlight. Here he is coming around the back of the car. She is still stationary. She's waving through as if she's in charge. Okay. All right, there's the agent. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Here's the agent coming up from the right, I believe, who comes around and tapes it and comes around and then shoots her as she lunges towards him. Yeah, there. Wait. Oh, no, he's right there. Sorry, he's right there in front of the car. Sorry. He did come around. All right, so hold on. Let me get back over there. Hold on. Okay. All right, we got about 20 seconds left. So you can see the officer come around the car. Yeah, that's him on the right. And then he comes around. There he is. That's him on the right now. He's coming around the back. He's on the side of the car now. The wife is threatening him. She's at the wife's on the wife's on the right. She's mocking him, picking on him. And there's the guy, the cop right on the left. There he's about to get run over, the ICE officers. Okay, so there you have it. Sorry if I'm not as expert on that. Here's Jacob Fry, though, lying to you. You're going to see him lie to you, and he's going to tell you that, oh, it's my wife, and if my wife was doing the same thing, 3-point turn, 5-point turn, you're going to shoot and kill her, too. That was 3 minutes and 38 seconds before the shooting happened. She was not afraid. She was dancing. She was having fun. This is a woman who chose to block, obfuscate ICE. She was radicalized by her wife. Her wife ended up saying, yes, I got her killed. Let's watch Jacob Fry, though, because here he is literally lying to you after what you just saw on the tape.
Following the shooting, you heard people from the Trump administration saying that the victim was a domestic terrorist. You heard that the ICE agent was acting entirely in self-defense. And here's the thing. You don't need to take my word for it. You don't need to take their word for it. Watch the video. The ICE agent was not run over as Trump stated. You had a person that was definitively trying to just get out of there. They were trying to leave the scene. That is not a person that's trying to run an ICE agent over. You have a person that is trying to protect our city, to look out for our neighbors. And by the way, there are 435,000 people throughout Minneapolis.
All right, we're going to go on, but clearly she's not trying to flee. She's not trying to leave. She's not afraid. She is actively blocking ICE and obfuscating, and she's happy, and she's having a blast. There was no 3-point turn, no 5-point turn, as he's alleging. Here's Ilhan Omar lying as well. Listen to this lie. Big fat whopper.
They are claiming this is an act of terrorism.
Yeah, Renee Nicole Good, as you hear her say, she's not mad. She's sitting in her car, peacefully waving cars to get by. This agent, as you see, gets out of his car, automatically starts running towards her, trying to open her door. She feels scared. She tries to turn the wheel away, and then you see the other officer, who can clearly see the car is move towards the front of the car, which if they are saying that he has 10 years on service and is trained, he should know that you shouldn't be trying to get in front of a moving car.
Okay, she doesn't know what she's talking about. First of all, the officer has over 13 years of experience in ICE. Prior to that, he served in Iraq. She was not afraid. She was not trying to leave. Nobody knows what's in her mind at the time. We do know that her wife said, drive, baby, drive, ordered her underling, who she seemed to have total control over and radicalized, drive, baby, drive. Now's the time, drive, as the officer was in front. The officer has the right to be wherever he wants around that car. She's been ordered 3 times to get out of the car. She refuses to get out of the car. She's lying. Now, you know what this all is? And let me play a little bit more audio for you. This is video for you. This is from a month ago. Before all this happened, listen and watch the vile, disgusting. This shows you why they need 2,000 ICE agents that were surged. Now they're going to add another 1,000, which they really do need to, because they need to get these people into custody. All these terrorists, fraudsters, illegals, criminals, vile. I got a list of some of the people they've gotten. It's disgusting who these people are and who Minneapolis is protecting through its mayor, its radical leftists, and such. Here, this is a month ago, before all hell has broken loose. Look at how vile these folks are treating ICE.
They're surrounded and they're being attacked. We only have 2 officers. We have, what do they say, 60 to 70 agitators that are fighting them. We need help.
The group is getting larger here, and they're chasing after ICE.
This operation turned chaotic fast. Protesters throwing snowballs and shouting. One agent swinging a baton before ending.
See, he's on the ground. These people are destroying them, attacking them, hurting them, outnumbering them. They're like jackals. It's disgusting.
Up on the ground. The standoff reached a breaking point, leading to this call for help.
We only have 2 officers. We have, what do they say, 60 to 70 agitators that are fighting them. They're not answering their phone now. I don't think I got knocked out or what. We need help.
ICE says officers sustained multiple injuries, including cuts. Local police did not find it necessary to intervene.
There you have it. That was happening a month ago, before all of this. What this is a tactic. And I'm going to give you the tactic right now. My friend and producer of Premier Radio Network's Your Morning Show on 107 radio stations with my friend Michael Del Giorno hosting. I'm filling in this morning. I'm filling in tomorrow morning and possibly on Wednesday. And producer Red got me this. This is from Axios, a news outlet from July of last year, because this is what you're seeing on the streets of Minnesota. This is their tactic. It's all an attempt to stop Trump from deporting all these millions of people that you and I voted for to be deported. And it's by doing it, by having the radical shock troops out to cause chaos and violence and, yes, bloodshed. It's part of their plan. Watch this. From July of last year in Axios, at town halls in their districts and on one-on-one meetings with constituents and activists, Democratic members of Congress are facing a growing thrum of demands to break rules, fight dirty, and not be afraid to get hurt. House Democrats told Axios they're seeing a growing anger among their base that has in some cases morphed into a disregard for American institutions, even the rule of law. Another told Axios a sense of fear and despair and anger among voters put us in a different position. With many requesting anonymity, these House Democrats to Axios, offering candid insights about their interactions with constituents and activists. For months, Democrat lawmakers have fumed at the base's demands to fight harder. We've got people who are desperately wanting us to do something. No matter what we say, they want more, said Rep. Brad Schneider, Democrat from Illinois. The grassroots want more. Some of them have suggested what we really need to do is to be willing to get shot when visiting ICE facilities or federal agencies. That's what just happened. You see what happened a month ago in Minneapolis. A fifth House Democrat told Axios, people online have sent me crazy S-word, told me to storm the White House and the White House and stuff like that. So this is the insurrectionists of the left. This was the plan. And so how do you deal with this? I'm going to show you how you deal with this. This is what's happening in Minneapolis now, and this is exactly what needs to happen. People are that are chasing him and following him, like that radical lady who got shot and killed, unfortunately, are now being pulled over and stopped. They're giving a warning by ICE one time, and that if they don't comply, then ICE does this.
Don't let anybody hate you.
They're going up to, they pulled over a gas station. Greg Revino's with them, the chief of Border Patrol operation.
Get back! Get back!
They're arresting these leftists, these thugs.
Get back! Don't touch me!
That are, these people are chasing and hunting down ICE. They're going to pull this guy out of the car. They're arresting this idiot, but look, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. Because they go up to the car of these people who are chasing ICE. They're going to break the window.
Back up.
They're going to either break the window. I got to go back a little bit. Sorry about that. They're either going to break the window or they're going to let them roll down the window. It's up to them how they handle it.
Don't touch me.
But they're not messing around anymore because they can't. Because people can die, people get shot, people get killed.
Stay back.
Yeah, they're arresting people that are following them, chasing them in their cars. And there's a better one I got for you. I'm going to share another one with you that's even better. This is a great one. This crazy leftist in their little, whatever it is, Ford Fiesta or something, they chase them around. They won't open their doors. So there you go. They cracked the window. See that? Boom. Use their axe, bust the window open, drag these SOBs out of the car, cuff them and stuff them, and put them in a federal lockup for the day or longer. It's a little Toyota Yaris. It's a freaking Yaris, okay? Perfect vehicle for a leftist. So they're dragging him out. They're arresting him. I also love that they leave the vehicle on the side of the road with windows smashed open. There you go. Here's your result. You got 2 smashed out windows. Your car's abandoned, and you're in the clink. And these crazy leftists can yell. They can get mad. Look at this. Look at this. There's no windows in the car. No windows. Where's my window? As they would say in Texas. Where's my window? No windows.
Get the fuck out!
Excuse the language. These people are...
Get the fuck out!
So this is the strategy. Look. There you go. There's your car. That's you. See that car? That's you. No windows on the side of the road, and you're in the clink. That's exactly what needs to happen so that people don't get killed. Here's a great little... let me stop, too. Who are they arresting? What is this all about? This is from Matt Finn, Fox News. Here's some of the people they have arrested. Lenny Odamel Ramirez Santos, criminal illegal from Honduras, charged with sex offenses against a child, fondling, DUI. Edwin Amabel Ashuka Nisuta, illegal from Ecuador, charged with lewd and lascivious acts with a minor. Another one charged with from Cameroon on cruelty towards a child, domestic violence. One from Ecuador, homicide, negligent manslaughter with a vehicle driving under the influence. Another one from Sudan, making terroristic threats, burglary, first-degree aggravated robbery, larceny. Another from Laos, drug trafficking, selling a synthetic narcotic. Opioids, anyone? So this is the kind of stuff that these people are fighting for. They want child molesters, rapists, drunken drivers, and opioid poison sellers in their community more than they want ICE. But remember this, if you're with fake news CNN, you are always safe. You are always safe. Here is what happens. This is so great. When these crazy leftists, they go up to a reporter, who are you with? Who are you with? Are you with Fox News? Who are you with? If you're with CNN, let's see what happens.
Smaller crowd. This is controlled. The scene spans several blocks. We are here at Portland Avenue and East 35th, but it goes at least 2 or 3 blocks. Thank you. Hold on. I'm sorry. We're with CNN. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you for your help. I'm sorry. I think people are getting upset. So that is the latest here on the ground, guys, and I'm going to send it back to you.
We're with CNN. We're with CNN. It's okay. It's okay. Quote, it's okay. We're with CNN. There you go. All is good. We're with fake news CNN. Don't you love that? Here's an update, too, on Portland I want to share with you. This is great. It's the crying game. Now, I fill in Portland regularly at KXL. Great station, monster station there. The chief of police cried. He played the crying game. That's why he has the job. People are like, what's the chief of police crying for over illegals? He's worried about offending Hispanics over arresting illegal violent terrorists. He cried. He admitted that they're tren de Aragua, but he cried because he thinks, like all the leftist crazies that run Portland, he thinks that Hispanic people don't want Tren de Aragua to be arrested. He thinks that all Hispanics are like Tren de Aragua. So he feels like, oh my gosh, all Hispanics are like a leftist, a racist leftist would think. All Hispanics are like, and therefore when I take terrorists, human traffickers, people shooting firearms, and that are coming in to do harm against us, when we remove them, the Hispanics are offended. Even if the ones that are offended, even the ones that are following the law are somehow offended. Here he is. Here's this clown. Watch this. This is great.
And what I can say is there is an association with the two folks yesterday and TDA. I hesitated to even share this information initially because I'm very aware of the historic injustice of victim blaming, oftentimes portrayed by law enforcement, including this very agency that I've represented so proudly for so many years. And historically, we have not been quick to disclose the potential criminal history of others.
Victim blaming. Victim blaming. These are terrorists.
But I felt it was imperative because I was asked yesterday in the news conference what information we have. This is information we have. This in no way draws a through line to the actions or the behaviors that occurred yesterday. I want to speak for just a moment specifically to my Latino community.
I want to speak to my people. Even though I'm a white boy, I want to speak to my people.
It saddens me that we even have to qualify these remarks.
I can't flip the button. There we go.
Because I understand, or at least have attempted to understand through your voices, your concern, your fear, your anger. This information in no way is meant to disparage or to condone or support or agree with any of the actions
He's wiping his freaking crying eyes on television.
that occurred yesterday. But it is important that we stay committed to the rule of law, that we stay committed to the facts, that we stay a trustworthy and legitimate police department for all of Portlanders.
All right. So there he is. He is sad. He is crying. Why? Because ICE, they tried to run over and kill ICE agents as they were arresting 2 terrorists from Tren de Aragua. This came in from Bill Maloogian, Fox News this afternoon. Department of Justice just charged those 2 Venezuelan illegal aliens shot by Border Patrol in Portland Thursday with aggravated assault of a federal officer with a deadly weapon. They've provided photos of the badly damaged Border Patrol vehicle, which I've seen them. They're pretty bad, but they say that he rammed several times during the targeted arrest. He rammed their vehicle. Or according to DOJ, Luis Nino Moncado, allegedly affiliated with Tren de Aragua, admitted to intentionally using a red pickup truck to ram a federal vehicle. By the way, the federal vehicle was a sedan. And then he said he knew they were immigration agents and said F ICE, the full word, while having a tourniquet applied to his gunshot wounds by medics. DOJ, even he is down with all these crazy radicals in Minneapolis and in Portland. They want terrorists in their community rather than ICE. It's all the more reason why we got to be in these places. All the more reason. And I'm seeing massive amounts of illegals, for example, in St. Cloud, which is the second largest, I don't know if it's the second largest city, but my wife and I drove through St. Cloud a million times. We used to work in Minneapolis, St. Paul, but then all of her family, her dad, who's now deceased, sadly, but her aunt and uncle, they all live in Paynesville, Minnesota, which if you get there, you got to go through St. Cloud. So anyways, it's the second largest Somali population in Minnesota after Minneapolis, St. Paul. And they're going to these places, these strip malls, to get these Somali terrorists, illegals, child molesters, whatever you want to call them. And they're having hundreds of Somalis come out and blow their BS liberal rape whistles that they hand the girls on campuses instead of guns, blowing their stupid whistles and trying to intimidate them, so they come back out with hundreds of ICE officers. And that's exactly what needs to happen, because every single illegal and every single criminal needs to get out of this country at all costs. Well, at all legal costs. Continuing on. According to the criminal complaint, the 2 Tren de Aragua illegals in Portland were suspended. And aliens were suspected TDA associates. They were caught and released at the Texas border by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I'm Tren de Aragua. Come on in. I'm the border czar. She was ordered. The lady was ordered to check in at the ICE office. It was a woman and a man, both Tren de Aragua, but she never did check in the ICE office, making her subject to immigration arrest. DOJ says she's also believed to be involved with Tren de Aragua prostitution ring, sex trafficking, and was connected to a July 2025 shooting in Washington County, Oregon, during a prostitution deal that went bad. The man is also now in federal custody, being charged by DOJ in the Western District of Texas. Illegal entry by an alien crossing to the border is a crime. But they're both Tren de Aragua terrorists, and that's why he's crying. He's playing the crying game. I know all there is to know about the crying game. Okay, I played this over and over and over again this morning when I filled in for my friend Michael Del Giorno on your morning show, Premier Radio Networks, on at least 107 stations across America. This is my favorite clip of the day, This is who Jacob Fry and Ilhan Omar and all the liberal leftist Democrats are with. This is their spokesperson right here. Behold, the affluent, white, urban, liberal woman whose husband is so grateful that she's not with him. She's not in the house. She is out there. Honey, I'm going to go out and protest. Oh, honey, that's great. I might be late. Oh, that's okay. Take your time. Take your time. Watch this. This literally is the clip that we should be played forever and ever and ever and ever. Here it is. Watch this one. This is great. Go back because this I played this part over. Do you want to shoot me in the face? Yeah. How would you like to go to like Walgreens or Macy's and have that woman greet you? Hi, welcome to Macy's. Can I help you? And then later on that day, do you want to shoot me in the face? Yeah? Do ya? We got one of our folks checking in here. Q-Town Dude, 1973. Welcome to the show. You can comment on the Rumble comments sections. I'll see them. I'll share them out. But that's my favorite one of the day. Do you want to shoot me in the face? Do ya? Do you want to shoot me in the face? By the way, what happens? What happens when a person who is protesting but isn't too much of a crazed loon ends up talking face-to-face with a ICE officer who she probably has more of her guard down because the person's black. But listen to her talk, too, by the way. She others him because, remember, she's a white liberal and she knows more. But at least have somewhat of a civil conversation. Listen to this.
How do you feel about the fact that a U.S. citizen was murdered by ICE?
The way I feel is, I watched the video on multiple different angles.
That is not feeling. How do you feel? Feel it here, in your heart.
Okay. And like I was saying,
your immigrant mother.
Right.
Feel it in your heart.
I do.
Okay, so don't tell me what you...
This is a white woman telling a black man whose mom was an immigrant how to feel.
Star what you want.
If someone tried to run me over, I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing.
That's how I feel.
I feel perfect.
That's not a feeling.
I feel fine. We're so used to being antagonized that it's just one of those things where you don't really entertain it. I'm having a conversation with you because we can go respect it. That's all it is. But every single time I see those cameras pop up, our conversation changes ever so slightly. So, our conversation, a little bit. They get a little bit more.
No, so I was upset because you were telling me what I know.
Okay, I see. So, that's fair. That's fair. That's human. At the end of the day, it is.
If I escalated, I apologize.
You guys was best friends before the camera came over. Don't lie. I seen it.
I mean, we were having a really good conversation.
Good conversation. The camera's a little dangerous, all right?
This one has empathy. Like look at his eyes.
This accessory, he's like a purse to me. I wish I could adopt him as a little child. He could be a little accessory like Madonna did. This one.
I appreciate it.
I feel like
I said, I think at the end of the day, we all have different experiences as agents. I personally have arrested some pretty terrible people, and I have arrested people that are just here in their own crime.
All right, so anyways, you can see, though, I don't think she would have gotten in a nice conversation with him if he wasn't black. Because that's just how the leftist thinks. But I'm glad she got to see that these are not evil people, that he said the same thing. Yes, I would have shot her in the same situation because she lunged at him at the direction, of course, at her radical leftist lady. There's another thing. I didn't include this. I wish I did, but I'll just share it with you. I think I may have played it for you last week, but I want to just make sure. One of these crazies that are chasing around cops, one of these crazy white ladies is affluent, white, liberal, urban ladies. One of them was pulled over and warned by ICE, and she just, punked him, talked back, smack at him to his face. But what was on you needed to hear this. What was on the passenger side of her car was a box of Depends. Now, they weren't Depends, it was some other brand. But the point of this is, these crazy leftist white ladies are literally driving around wearing adult diapers in their cars so they don't have to stop, so they can continue to fight, follow ICE, obfuscate them, block them, and stop them at all costs, even if they're arresting rapists, murderers, drunken drivers, child molesters, everything, you name it. So they literally are driving around. These freaking nutbags are driving around with Depends diapers on. I am not joking. I'm not kidding you. This is a fact. It is real. Second of all, the officer, this is fantastic. I can't wait to show this to you. If you'd like to support Officer Jonathan Ross, here's where you can do it. There's this picture, of course, and look at this. I'm going to see if I can refresh this. I don't know if I can. But he has gotten up to now $519,000, but I think it's going to be even more. Let me see what I got here. Nope, $540,000. It says on my screen. I don't think I can refresh this. But that's the good news, is that he is now up to $540,000 raised. If you'd like to donate, producer Red did from the morning show I fill in for Premier Radio Networks this morning, and you can too. ICE Officer Jonathan Ross. Just go to GoFundMe and type in ICE Officer Jonathan Ross. Make sure it's the one that's got $540,000. These idiots come out of the woodwork to try to raise the money. The goal this morning, was like $200,000 or $150,000. Then they raised it to $250,000, then $500,000. Now it's over $500,000. Now they're going to $550,000. Bill Ackman, you can see the top donor right there towards the top is Bill Ackman, William Ackman. That is the Pershing Square Capital investor owner, Bill Ackman, the famous liberal Harvard alum who has, because of the persecution of Jews, because of the hatred of Jews on the left, because of the terrorism support, because of just anarchy and chaos supported by the left, he has supported Trump now. And I'm just so happy and proud of a brilliant man, wildly successful man like Bill Ackman doing this, because he leads the charge. He gave $10,000. That's the top donation so far. Everybody that donates, $5, $10, $100. Every single person matters on this. So I'll just show that again. Look at that. That's great. And he's going to need everything he can get. Hold on. There we go. I can refresh it. I can refresh it, I think. Anyways, so that's good news right there, okay? Wanted to share that with you. And then also, Iran. What's going on in Iran? Okay, this is a huge difference. The rial, which is the Iranian currency, last time I saw the rial was 1.47 million rial to $1. This is like the Weimar Republic in Germany, where you had to have a wheelbarrow full of money to buy a candy bar, if that. It is 1.47 million rial to the dollar. In fact, today what came out is that literally the rial to euro mark I saw this morning, the euro is now zero. There's nothing. There's 0 rial will equal 1 euro. Nothing can do it. Nothing. So it is worthless, and that is the insane inflation, the lack of food, particularly the lack of water. The food inflation just went up even more. Is the genesis for this. It started with shop owners fighting back, and then it spread, and they know that Trump is the president, and they know that he's got their back more than any president has in recent modern history. And so they're rioting everywhere. They took over the second largest city of Iran a day or two ago. It's a beautiful thing. President Trump is weighing his options as to whether he wants to strike. Here we go. Trump keeping his eye, keeping Iran airstrikes on the table. Here's the thing, though. We have to be very careful. Let's play some audio first of this, and video, I should say. Here we go. Just goes on and on and on and on. It's a beautiful thing, and I could not be happier. So this needs to happen from within. Trump can do certain things. First of all, Starlink is there. They're setting up, getting those folks the modules for Starlink is so critical. Using our technology with our federal government to thwart the ability of the government to communicate. He's thinking of strikes. If he does, it probably would be to take out leaders or something with the military. The key is this, though. The people with the weapons and the power, not the radical Islamist administration of Iran, But the people in power with the army, the people in power with the IRCG, is it Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, as well as the police there, they're the ones who have the guns and the ability to flip sides. There have been some preliminary reports I've seen that maybe some of the folks are flipping, but that has to happen. The other thing is the people. There's up to 5,000 people, 2,600 to 5,000 people imprisoned. There's 500 or many more probably been shot and killed in the streets as body bags, piling up at hospitals. Trump's got to be careful because the people of Iran have to overthrow this government, not us. But there's ways he can help. I don't know all of them. I don't have the not Secret Service, but the CIA at my fingertips that can be trusted or perhaps not, and the wisdom of the generals and such. But if he can do things that can not try a regime change, because that would be horrible, not try to mess with the installing a new government, but giving the people what they need to overthrow their own government. Let me tell you this right now. 80% of the Iranian people, maybe even 90% of the Iranian people, are beautiful people. They do not hate the Jews. They don't want to go to war with Iran. They don't Israel. They don't want to wipe it off the map. They don't hate America. They don't want death to America. It is the 10 to 20% of the regime that hates us, that wants to usher in the 12th Imam, which is how radical Islamists such as them believe they can usher in the end of the world and have their heaven, if you will. It's all a lie. It's satanic, but that's what they believe. So if the people can overthrow this government, and by the way, this is now entering a third week, and I think it's right when you hear the analysts say that this is not a rioting. This is now the attempt of overthrowing a government when it gets into the third week. This is not normal, and they know they have Trump, and they've renamed some of the streets Trump. They've been calling for him. He's been saying he's got their back. We're going to see how this plays out, but obviously he's got to be careful. I trust his judgment. I know that bad stuff is going on in Venezuela. I've got some people in my family that are big Trump supporters, but are really, really mad at him for doing what he did in Venezuela. I am not. I know we got to be careful. I know that armed thugs with the blessings of the Venezuelan government, which are still radically Marxist, communist, anti-freedom thugs that are, worshippers of Nicolas Maduro. But I support what he did, and I think he's trying to use Venezuela for our best interest and the region's best interest. If you remove that government, we would have chaos. I think the CIA's assessment was right, that we'd have chaos, and we'd have a stateless place that's radical and crazy and nutbaggy. And the best thing to do was to eliminate the head. But we'll see how that plays out. I know it's a risk. It's all a risk. Iran's very important. Whatever we can do to give the people the ability to overthrow their own damn government would be amazing. It would be absolutely amazing. They are the largest state sponsor of terrorism, and you've heard that so many times, and I think what's really important is this, to point out what that means, because I heard that for years, and I would just parrot it and didn't know what it meant. When you look at a map, and I should have put one up here for you, but when you look at a map, Israel is surrounded from the north from Hezbollah, which is Lebanon. Israel is surrounded from the west, which is Gaza, by Hamas. Israel is surrounded from the south by the Houthis in Yemen. And every single one of them are funded, trained, and armed with advanced missiles and drones and all sorts of powerful weapons, and trained, including with October 7th, that was all Iran. So you have an unbelievable map where you can see arrow from the north, the west, and the south, and then Iran, of course, to the northeast by east, coming in. So they're surrounded at every angle, and it's all Iran sponsoring it all. Iran also blows up people, their enemies, in discotheques in Europe. Iran also has people come to our country to kill people, like Iranian journalist. I think her name is Mahsa Amini. I can't remember her name, but she's one of she's the Iranian dual citizen journalist who tells the truth about them. They've tried to kill her 2 or 3 times, including showing up at her door with a rifle to kill her. One of the people they hired and sent into New York, where she's at. They also have they got intelligence talk where they're talking about watching her. They're watching in her backyard, ready to shoot and kill her when she's gardening. So they're also have hits out to try to kill Mike Pompeo, John Bolton, all these different people for taking out Qasem Soleimani, the former head of the IRCG. The IRCG is in Iraq. They have all sorts of weapons, and they control a lot of the government and a lot of the attacks that are against us and our people there, as we're trying to continue to fight and eliminate ISIS and keep that area of the world stable, like it or not. And then in Afghanistan, they trained and armed and gave the IEDs to kill hundreds, if not thousands, of our troops in Afghanistan. A very righteous war by everybody's judgment, by most people's judgments, obviously. So they are literally everywhere. They are the largest state sponsor of terrorism, and it would be a miracle if we could overthrow them. It would be an amazing thing. But we've got to not be doing things directly. It's got to be these other people. Help them, but let them do it. Okay. The Shah of Iran. Here's another quick point on that. The Shah's father was overthrown in 1979. At that time, the rial was, I think, 70 to 1 or 49 to 1. As I said, it's 1.47 million to 1 now in America against the American dollar. The Shah's father was overthrown, deposed. The Shah's son was in a college in rural Virginia, I believe it was. When that happened, the Secret Service and all sorts of military and federal people went to protect him immediately when that happened. It's interesting. Reza Pahlavi, he's living in, I think, Virginia as well still. He gave, this is what's crazy and where people that know what they're talking about are saying this is real this time, because he gave the command to, he gave the order to people or told people, do the overthrow or do the riots at this day on this time, and that's what started this, and it really worked, showing the people there really do listen to him, which is pretty fascinating. Because my first inclination when he first started popping up in the news over the past several months is whatever, you're some clown who wants to corruptly take power like the rest of them. But apparently they're really listening to him, and that's what started this all. So very interesting. That is the latest, and I will see you tomorrow morning from 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern. 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern. Just Google Premier Radio Networks, Your Morning Show. Premier Radio Networks, Your Morning Show. I see all my Twitter feeds here. Twitter and AKA X at Chris Crock Show. Facebook at Chris Crock Show. You can see it, Google it, and then you can listen to me on one of the hundreds of the 100+ affiliates tomorrow morning if you'd like, from 6 to 9 a.m. It's a national show. All right, I will see you tomorrow, same time. Chris Crock.